Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Stormblood. In the last episode, we worked on the last two warrior job quests that we had to do to get that caught up to 70, which was interesting. Kind of a fun little series of quests there. And so now we are needing to work on our samurai job quests to catch the samurai up to 70, and here we are in Kugane to go ahead and get to work on that. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump straight on in. We are going to go and head over to the Seki Segumi Barracks, which is where the quest is picked up. And this is the new samurai gear at level 70 that was released with the Shadowbringers expansion. So this is actually Shadowbringers gear at level 70. It's okay. Not my favorite, but, you know, it works at the moment. I kind of do like the look of the sword, though. It has this, guard on the hilt, which almost kind of makes it look like a cutlass instead of a katana. Alright, let's talk to Makoto here and see what we need to do next because of this guy who's trying to destabilize the country. Ugetsu, yes. Alright, great tidings, Ayame. We've ascertained the location of Ugetsu's hideout. Captain Kongo has the details. A moment, if you would. Ayame, you are welcome. We scoured Shiden's quarters and what should turn up amongst his possessions but missives he received from Ugetsu. They point to a certain ruin in Yanxia. Now, word of Shiden's demise will have already reached Ugetsu, and he must assume that we will track him down ere long. But he cannot run. To do so after losing his right hand would cost him much of the momentum he has painstakingly gained. As I see it, two choices remain to Ugetsu. He will await our coming, or he will bring the fight to us. Either way, the stakes are high. As you know, Ugetsu is a peerless swordsman. Only you, who bested Shiden, and perhaps myself, could stand a chance against him. As captain, my place is here at the barracks. While I hold fort, I bid you and Makoto journey to Yanxia, there to hunt down Ugetsu. I shall pray for your safety and success. If instead the rogue should show himself here, rest assured I will give him a rousing welcome. Yanxia lies upon the mainland across the Ruby Sea. We'll first make for Namai, a small mountain village, and thence go after Ugetsu and his cohorts. I am familiar. Alright, so let's teleport over to Namai. Alright, looks like Makoto is over here. Right, the ruin serving as Ugetsu's hideout is near. I shall scout on ahead. Meanwhile, pray scour the area for insurgents and tend to them. Alright. There is an area down here. is our destination. Ah. Just one. Very well. Alright, next. Ah, 2 this time. And dealt with. Alright, looks like we have another spot to check. I'm trying to avoid fighting any of this local wildlife. And this one has 3. Still no match. Alright. Perfect. There is Makoto. Alright, Ugetsu is nowhere to be seen. Then that means he's on his way to Kugane to pay your captain a visit. Alright, Kami Preserve. We must hurry back. Alright. We have no time to waste, Ayame. Let's hurry back to Kugane. Indeed. No! I saw that coming. Alright, forgive me. I was too weak. The Seki Segumi, yours now. You must finish... And he's done. Well, well, for a moment I doubted my eyes, but it really is you, Kagetsu. I hadn't expected to see you in a Seki Segumi uniform, dear sister. That stance, yes. The very picture of Master himself. So you are Musosai's final pupil, and the samurai who felled Shiden. We meet at last, Ugetsu. Ugetsu at your service. Like you, I trained under Musosai, and like you, I was made to walk his absurd path. We are practically brother and sister. It's a shame, then, that we stand on opposing sides. Hingashi has known peace for too long. Her leaders have grown soft, and they spend their days in decadence. Their existence is a blight, one that must be burned out with the fires of revolution. To kindle this fire, I bade Shiden assassinate the Tyro, but thanks to you and yours, the attempt ended in miserable failure. Till now, we have kept to the shadows, but that time is past. No few people share our vision, and by bringing them into the fold, we shall have the strength to face the Bakufu openly and defeat it. Removing your captain was the first step in this endeavor. With him gone, the good men and women of the Seki Segumi may choose with their hearts. If there are any souls here who would join our cause, we welcome you with open arms. The offer stands for you too, Kagetsu, my sister pupil. Will you not create a new world with me? Create. You can create not with the edge of a blade. Nay, what you seek to do is destroy. Should the Bakufu fall, Hingashi would be plunged into another age of blood. Blood will flow, aye, but it will serve to nourish and strengthen a new nation, one that is free of the corruption that tainted the old. What we have now is not peace, but stagnance. Hingashi is become a morass of decay, and we samurai must be the tsunami that washes it clean to make way for true peace. A samurai fights to ward off chaos, not create it. Have you forgotten Master Musosai's teachings? Clearly my breath is wasted on you, but what are the others? Will you remain mindless slaves to the Bakufu, or will you join me and bring about true change? Disappointing. I'd hoped some of you would see sense, but if we must fight, then so be it. I have no desire to spill blood needlessly. Let us settle this away from the masses on the Isle of Beko, your people against mine. Though, if I may make an observation, it seems you may want for blades, dear sister, now that your men are aware of our connection. Okay, so she's his sister. Hear me, my comrades. As leader of the first squad, I have been chosen to carry on Captain Kongo's legacy. The battle against Ugetsu promises to be bloody, but come what may, we must prevail. The future of Hingashi rests upon us. Alright, speak with Makoto. Right, forgive me, Ayame, but it is all true. Ugetsu is my older brother, and Kagetsu is my birth name, though I have long cast it aside. We were born into a samurai family in the capital, Bukyo. From a tender age, Ugetsu showed tremendous talent as a swordsman, and everyone knew him as a child prodigy. But to me, he was always the kind and caring brother. I was proud of him and couldn't have been prouder when the legendary Musosai took him as a pupil. Then he took to the road for his training, and I never saw him again. 'Twas a different man who returned. Instead of easy smiles, he wore frowns. Instead of good-natured quipping, he engaged in heated tirades directed at the Bakufu and the Great Lords. There was so much anger, but more than that, there was despair. Despair for his country. Not long thereafter, he parted ways with Master Musasai and began instructing me in the katana. As far as back then, I believe he harbored the dream of toppling the Bakufu, and so he instilled in me the skills to survive in a war-ravaged world. In time, I came into my own as a samurai. And then it happened. My brother assassinated high-ranking officers of the Bakufu, and our family was made to pay the price. Our line was ordered wiped from existence. My parents were summarily executed, and it was only by chance that I escaped their fate. Out on the streets and without a home, I journeyed to Kugane. I adopted the name Makoto and knocked on the Sekisegumi's doors, with but one purpose in my mind: punishing Ugetsu. We may share the same blood, but I can never forgive him, for our parents' blood is on his hands. But for all my determination, I am no match for my brother, and while his cause grows in strength, mine only weakens. In our culture, people are defined first by their birth, and the revelation that I am kin to Ugetsu has shaken my men's faith in me. They may not accept my authority, even though the captain willed it. And with him gone, there is naught I may depend upon save mine own conviction, and you, Ayame. Even should it cost me my life, I swear to end my brother's ambition. I pray that you will stand with me through this trying time. Alright, well, let's go ahead and see what we're going to be doing next. I'm guessing we're heading to the Isle of Beko and engaging Ugetsu directly. And we'll see if the rest of the Sekisegumi is willing to join in. Alright, what will this get me? This will get me the Myochin Armor Coffer and Hisatsu Guren. Delivers an attack with a potency of 850 to all enemies in a straight line before you. That's not bad. Alright, Ayame, my fears have become reality. Members of the Sekisegumi are deserting, one after another. Finding out that I am Ugetsu's sister, and you, Musasai's pupil, has shattered their faith in our cause. With so many gone, we haven't the strength to face the insurgents. We have to convince them to return somehow. There's no two ways about my connection to Ugetsu, but if we can dispel the stigma surrounding Master Musasai at least, they may yet have a change of heart. I require but a chance to speak my piece. Will you help me round up our disillusioned comrades? I will look around the barracks and the north side of town. If you could focus your search on the south. Alright. The hostelry around the Aetheryte Plaza and in the markets. There is a gruff Sekisegumi. They say you bested Lieutenant, but I'll be damned if you didn't use dirty tricks learned from the craven Musasai. The captain calls. What's the insurgent's sister want now? Might as well see what sort of lame excuse she's got in store. Alright, conscientious Sekisegumi. What do you want, Ijin? I have naught to say to the likes of you. The captain desires a chance to explain. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to hear her out. Alright, and... One more over in the markets. A baby-faced Seki Sugumi. Alright, look, it's not like I mistrust you and the captain, it's just I can't work up the will to fight anymore. She wants to talk, does she? Well, I doubt anything she says will change my mind, but I'll go along with it for now. Alright, so back to the barracks. Let's see what she has to say. Alright, my thanks for your help, Yami. Let's begin before they change their minds. Alright, hear me, my comrades. In our nation, Musasai is a name that evokes loathing. All know that his were the hands that created the monster Ugetsu, and all know that he evaded responsibility for fear of death. But naught could be further from the truth. For Musasai ever taught that a samurai's calling is to preserve order. However, Ugetsu seeks to do the very opposite. In bringing down the Bakufu, he means to usher in such chaos as to trigger another age of blood. Ugetsu may have trained under Musasai, but he was no true pupil of his. Nay, his true pupil stands before you now, and she, like her master did, wields her katana to protect the peace. Bah, protect the peace, you like to say, but what did Musasai ever do to protect the peace? Can you tell us that? I'd ask the same question. All we know is that he challenged warriors the realm over and never was once defeated. An impressive feat to be sure, but it's neither here nor there. It takes strength to protect the peace. As we strive to hone our skills through rigorous training, Musasai honed his through duels. Let's see. He went on a quest to right wrongs as Kogarashi. I guess we'll say. Wait a second. The Kogarashi? The mystery samurai who roamed the land smiting the wicked when I was little? The man who protected the weak and punished common crooks and great lords alike before vanishing like the wind? It was Musasai all along? I became a samurai because of him. Me too. Kogarashi was my hero. I wanted to change the world like him. Alright, looking back, 'twas when I first heard tell of Kogarashi, the desire to take up the katana took root in my heart. I had known that Master Musasai journeyed the land with my brother, but to think that he did so as Kogarashi... Could the experience have pushed Ugetsu to his extreme beliefs? Very well, Captain. We were wrong about Musasai, but what have you to say for yourself? That's right. We haven't forgotten about that. Your brother's the bastard that tried to tear down our nation. How can we trust you? Ah, enough. I've been biting my tongue, but I can't stand it anymore. A familiar voice. Oh, it's Momozigo. Hello there, Yami. Fancy seeing me here? I shouldn't doubt. The idea occurred to me to visit Musasai's homeland, you see, and you know how spontaneous I can be. But what do I find upon arriving but this painful display of narrow-mindedness? The old man will be turning in his grave. Who the hells are you? Who I am doesn't matter. What matters is what I did. And that was to journey with Ayame and Musasai in a quest to right wrongs. We've established that you all respect and admire Musasai, who happens to be your childhood hero Kogarashi. Well then, you should know what he used to always say about his own countrymen. That you're so focused on a person's birth, you blind yourself to his true worth. It's so bleeding obvious, I can't believe I had to say this, but having a villain for a brother doesn't make Makoto a villain. In spite of their relationship, she opposes him for God's sake. Now look at yourselves. None of you were born into samurai families, but through hard work you've made it this far, become who you wanted to be. What Makoto has done is no different. Like you, she's broken free of the shackles of her birth to live a life of her own choosing. By the Kami, why could I not see this, after all we've been through together as comrades? Damn it, you're right. How many times have I had to put up with scorn because I came from a poor village? But there I was dealing with that scorn, I was dealing that scorn to the captain. Strike me down for a fool. I've always despised this aspect of our culture, yet all this time I remained its unwitting prisoner. Come, my friends, let us bring back those who are still at large. We have a battle to win and peace to protect. Alright, you're the gentleman from the inn at Ulda. I owe you a debt of gratitude. Oh, don't mention it. I'm a showmaster by trade, and words are my domain. Swords, not so much. I'll bow out here. Oh, I think I'll go and take a dip in one of these hot springs I've heard so much about. The rest I leave in your capable hands, Ayame. Put a stop to Ugetsu and give the old man the peace he deserves. The appointed hour is nigh. Let us make for the field of battle for the Isle of Becca. Alright, so that got sorted. Alright, the Isle of Becca. Easiest place to get to is Tamamizu. So let's head out there. Alright. Just keep following the marker. And there they are. Alright, so let's head into the instance and deal with Ugetsu. Right, all wayward members are returned, and all with their resolve restored. Let us go and face Ugetsu. Will this false peace continue, or will the fires of true change sweep across the land? Today we decide Hingashi's history. Today we decide whose path is right, Musosai's or mine. There's about one among you worthy of being my opponent, she who trained under mine own master. Kamayame, show me the strength of your conviction. Alright, so is this going to be a solo duel? It appears so. All right. Then we're going to do this. Yep, not gonna get hit by that. Yep, he is going down pretty quick. Alright, there he goes. Lord Ugetsu is defeated. Impossible. Well, not impossible. Why do you stay your blade? It's over. The heavens have chosen. Now strike me down. A samurai must be decisive. Finish me, or I shall finish you. Good. You've grown strong, little sister. Come, my friends, let's return to the barracks. Alright, so let's head back to Kugane and to the Sekisegumi barracks and finish this up. Alright. Koto. Alright, we've succeeded in quelling a major threat to the nation, and it was in no small part due to you, Ayame. You have my eternal gratitude. While not all insurgents are accounted for, without a leader to unite them, they will eventually scatter to the winds. As for me, my appointment as captain of the Sekisegumi has since been made official. It is a heavy burden, but I swear to bear it with honor and live up to Captain Kongo's faith in me. Meanwhile, the revelation of Kogorashi's true identity has been doing its rounds of our order. It would seem that nigh all of our younger members idolized him and joined out of the desire to make a difference. In embarking upon his quest, I believe Master Musasai in part wished to sow the seeds of a new generation. Ugetsu sought the quick path to change and cared not that it was fraught with strife and suffering. He saw Higashi as a dilapidated house fit only to be torn down. But Master Musasai sought to restore this house, board by board, nail by nail, one injustice at a time, even should it take several lifetimes. To ensure that his legacy lives on, I will embark upon my own quest of change here in Kugane, and I pray that you will do the same no matter where your road takes you. Alright. There we go. Alright, so we learned a new action. And that concludes the samurai quests for Stormblood. So yeah, we will need to clear the Shadowbringer's main story and melee DPS role quests, and then we can come back here and get one final quest there. Alright, so we'll go ahead and end this episode here, and then we're going to be getting up to something else when we come back next episode. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.